Yeah, you can put George Holani on the long list of guys that makes Boise State a team Mountain West opponents are circling this season. One of the fun things about going to Mountain West Media Days was not only being able to talk to Boise State, but all the coaches and players representing their teams. I want to break down BSU's conference schedule and give you some notes on each team that they're going to face through this season. Friday, September 22nd, the Broncos kick off Mountain West play in San Diego. The Aztecs came in 4th in the conference media poll, and it seems like every year BSU and SDSU end up at the top of the conference. While there's no milk can trophy to play for, the mutual success of each program has forged quite the rivalry.
We were kind of the two teams that people, like, for the past 10 years have always talked about and everything like that. And Boise State kind of was the face of the Mountain West, and so it's always cool to play them because of what happened last year. It's kind of like a back and forth kind of type deal. So I mean, every time we're gonna play Boise State, it's a big thing to the fans, the alumni, and everything like that.
The first conference matchup at home, the Broncos are going to face off with San Jose State. We got a chance to see the Spartans at the Potato Bowl last winter. SGSU seems like they could be sneaky good this season. After all, they returned the most experienced quarterback in the Mountain West, preseason Offensive Player of the Year, Chevin Cordero. A mobile quarterback himself, I asked what he likes in Talon Green's game. He says they're remarkably similar.
I mean, I feel like we got the same game. I mean, we're athletes pretty much. I feel like I'm an athlete and he's an athlete. He can run, he can pass. I mean, he's big. He's the type of player where if a play doesn't work, he's gonna make something happen. And I feel like that's what our defense got to look forward to. And I mean, that's what their defense got to look forward to me.
Up next on October 14th, BSU hits the road to take on Colorado State. There really has never been a lot of drama in this matchup. The Broncos have never lost to the Rams, a perfect 12-0 all time. But of course, that means that every CSU team has some extra motivation to be the first to turn the tide.
It's weird to say that we've never beat them. Like I didn't notice until people bring it up. Didn't know that's a part of the game. You know, Coach Novell has been Boise State at other places and stuff like that. He always rants about that. So maybe they had our number for the last 100 years or whatever. But, you know, hopefully we get to beat them this year, and we're going to probably do that.
So after a bye week, the Broncos get Wyoming at home this year, which is great because nobody should ever have to go to Laramie. As usual, the Cowboys boast an elite core of linebackers. This year's player to watch, Easton Gibbs. He was named the preseason Defensive Player of the Year. I asked him about another guy who contended for that honor, Bronco captain DJ Schramm.
You know, we hung out a little bit last night. He's a really cool guy, and it's cool to watch. You know, like I said, I'm glad he finally got, you know, his chance to go do his thing. But yeah, I think, you know, the way he tackles and, you know, brings his pads is definitely one thing that's definitely impressive.
After that, the Broncos take on the reigning Mountain West champions in Fresno. The Bulldogs were picked 3rd in the conference media poll. While they lose an NFL talent quarterback in Jake Haener, they do return a great defense. Last year, it seemed like FSU was the only team that could slow down the three-headed monster. That, of course, being the combination of Talon Green, George Holani, and Ashton Genty. Head coach Jeff Tedford explained how they did it.
You know, when the quarterback gets out in open space one-on-one, he's hard to bring down one-on-one. So if you're not a good tackling team in space, he could really do some damage. But I think we really improved over the season. I think when we got him in the open field, that game, I think we did a pretty good job one-on-one of getting him on the ground, which is not easy to do.
New Mexico is looking to turn things around this year, and they hope they have the quarterback to do it. Dylan Hopkins joins the Lobos after starting 25 games for UAB. That makes him the second most experienced quarterback in the Mountain West, behind Chevin Cordero. Picked to finish last in the conference, Hopkins and his team are ready to prove some people wrong.
In a sense, it's a little too early to tell, but obviously our defense in the past has done a really good job. But I think our offense is going to change people's heads this year. I think obviously everyone in the league picked us last. So, I mean, not many expectations for people, but we're just going to have to go out there and prove it to them.
After that, the Broncos head to Logan to take on their regional rival, Utah State. Last year, after a close game, Talon Green put an exclamation point on the win with a 91-yard touchdown run. You heard earlier Aggies head coach Blake Anderson praising him. He also had some high praise for what head coach Andy Avalos was able to do to turn the Broncos season around.
Well, I think he showed everybody what he's capable of a year ago. Things weren't going well early. He made very, very difficult decisions. One of the smartest decisions that I've seen a head coach make midstream to bring Dirk Cutter in. And you know, not everybody's got Dirk Cutter sitting on the shelf. ready to come step in and call ball plays. But to be able to facilitate that change, hold things together, and allow them to get into a competitive space, considering all they were going through, tells you everything you need to know.
And finally, the conference slate wraps up with Air Force. The Falcons were picked to finish second in the Mountain West. This game might have some high stakes. It could decide who gets into the title game. Preparing for the Air Force triple option is a year-round job at BSU. And according to head coach Troy Calhoun, the Broncos defend it better than anybody else.
You just look at the facilities and the investment, the history, the tradition that they have. They're really, really, really good. And then the number of guys that are much, much older guys, because they support the opportunity to play in a 5th and a 6th year, which absolutely matters, because that's time and grade, that's experience in your